Well, the Sharon Playhouse is keeping things going. It's not just a summer theater anymore. The addition, well using now of the Bach Galleries, and this winter especially, the Cocktails and Cabaret series being featured at the Bach Gallery. Now, before we even start talking about this show, which is coming up, just understand this: the Bach Gallery has limited seating, so the last show is sold out. Okay. So when you're listening to this, just remember that. All right, coming up with another cocktail and cabaret series at the Sharon Playhouse on Saturday, February 29th, will be American Sweethearts. And joining us this morning is Michael Baldwin. Michael, good morning, and thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Marshall. It's wonderful to be here chatting with you.
Now, are you directing this or involved in this? How are you involved in this production?
So, interestingly enough, the event on February 29th is amazing, but what I am interested in talking with you about this morning is the event we have coming up on February 22nd, which is the School Theater Festival.
Okay, now I got a wrong note on that, but I was going to ask you about the School Theater Festival as a lead-in before we got into the other thing. Well, the School Theater Festival, now, this has been around, a couple of years, right?
This is the second year that we've done it, and last year we had the idea sort of late in the game, and we pulled it together, and it was a total success. And so this year we're kind of going full blaze into it, and we have 6 confirmed schools at this time. And just to tell you what it is, it's this awesome thing where local schools, middle schools, and high schools we have come together to the Sharon Playhouse, which is, where we want it to be the center of arts in our community. And they come together and they share a little bit of what they are doing in their dramatic theater program. So a lot of it is musicals, but some of it might be scenes. And so the public, it's free to everyone. You can come on February 22nd at 6:30, as you said, in the Bach Gallery, which does have limited seating. And you can see a whole bunch of different pieces of theater from schools ranging from Connecticut, New York, and Massachusetts.
Now, how many students from each school participate in this roughly?
I would say anywhere from 3 students up to 15. So
Wow.
it's we'll have some, solo and duet numbers. We'll have some big ensemble numbers. And then this year we're doing something that we actually didn't do last year, which is we're doing a group number. So we're getting them all together the day of the festival, and we are rehearsing a song so that the schools can get to know each other a little bit and that we can all spend some time together to celebrate the magic of musical theater.
Now, don't you think we're talking about these students in these different schools? I go back 100 years when I was in high school. There was one production that was done, and there wasn't a lot of emphasis placed on the arts. There was some, but I think over the years, especially in Pine Plains and here, I know at Housatonic and even now at Weebatuck, this has become a real major part of the program at these schools.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a high school drama teacher. I'll try not to get on my soapbox too much, but I think that theater in schools is just so important. I think, when you look at the studies, but more importantly, when you just talk to kids, you see that their self-confidence, the literacy rate, their ability to communicate, their problem solving, maybe most importantly, their empathy, their ability to say, what's it like to be another person and what's it like to walk in their shoes. Theater is a fun and creative way for them to build all of these life skills. And at the end of the day, it's entertaining. So I just think the more that we can encourage young people to participate in theater, and the Sharon Playhouse as a teaching organization, we're really pushing for that.
Let's talk a little bit about this show on the 22nd. Once again, it is open for the general public, but once again, limited seating at the Bach Gallery. It's not like you've got 300 seats over at the Playhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Who selected the songs and what's going on at the event?
This is a great question. So right now we have confirmed, we have Housatonic will be there, Indian Mountain School, Pauling High School, SOAR, which is a program here in Salisbury, Connecticut, and Sharon Center School, and then the Stissing Theater Guild in Pine Plains. And so I've been in touch with, I'm the director of the Education Committee, the chair of the committee, and so I've been in touch with each of these schools and the director or teacher who runs the program. And, you know, some of these schools, they have their shows coming up in March. Some of them have them coming up in June. Some of them just had auditions. So they're all at various levels of kind of preparedness and where they are in their own rehearsal processes. And so this is an opportunity. We almost see it as an open rehearsal. It'll have a little bit more, it'll be a little bit more polished after we rehearse on Saturday and get everything together. But each school is going to present a song or two that they feel represents their show and that they, their children enjoy performing.
So I was just going to say this. Is this something where they practice, where they do the rehearsals at the individual schools, and then they come together with you and have a few sessions just to see how things fit together?
Exactly. Yep.
So it's great. So it's to say there's a little excitement because not only do they get to learn it in an environment that they're in, but I remember when I was, once you get on a stage and you're going to be performing for people, there's a whole different feel of the performance.
Yeah. It's, and it's really exciting because I remember the morning of last year's festival, and you're standing in the Bach Gallery, and all of these students walk in from, they're all within, I'd say, 40 miles or so, but they've never met each other, and they all have a common passion, which is theater, and they're all working on their own show, and they come together and they get to see what each other is working on. And then in the evening, the general public comes in, and it's really kind of this incredible energy in the room of a whole bunch of people with common interests and sharing what they're doing, and it's just so exciting.
All right, so very quickly, let's go over the details of the event. First of all, once again, before I ask another question or two.
Sure. So it is Saturday, February 22nd, and I love that you also mentioned the event coming up on the 29th. So as you said, we have lots going on at the Playhouse. We're not just in the summer. Robert and Alan are doing an incredible job at, packing our off-season calendar so that we keep people coming to the theater throughout the fall, winter, and spring.
And also with programs like this, you keep feeding the program with the younger residents and students in our area. Yeah,
I mean, these days and age, this day and age with all technology and screens, we are really looking for everything we can possibly do to get people putting down their screens and coming in and seeing something live. Live entertainment is just so important for, mental health, emotional health, and the community.
And once again, basically 2 weekends in a row, you've got the 22nd, the event with the different students from the different schools, and then on the 29th is the Cocktails and Cabaret series. Now, I guess are tickets available online for this, or just people just show up?
Good question. So for the festival, people just show up. It's, as I said, it's free admission. This is part of our goal. We got sponsors for this so that we could keep it free, to keep it as an event that is sort of, public, open to the public. And so you want to get there early, I would say, on February 22nd. 6:30 we begin, so I would get there by 6 or so, because I think we will pack the house. Now, for the event on February 29th, you can order tickets online or you can call the box office.
All right. Now let's plug the people that made this possible to make it free. Do you have a list of those underwriters that you have that are making your event free?
I do. I would love to give them some credit. So we have the fabulous J.P. Giffords. We have Savoy Insurance Agency. We have Barbara and Barry Pinchoff. We have Magic Wand Carpet Cleaning Company, Mark Grimaldi. And then we have Jackie Markham. few board members there who are stepped up to help make this possible, which is really great.
And what I'll say, I'll continue what I said about the Playhouse since the guys have been around, and it's a rebirth. I do love the mix of very talented individuals they bring in, but also the local aspect, and once again, introducing local students and local people into the mix at the Sharon Playhouse. It's just a masterstroke of success.
Yeah. Thank you, Marshall. Well, thank you for all of your support and being willing to push our programming. We really appreciate it.
All right, Michael, have fun over the next couple of weeks putting this jigsaw puzzle together, and we'll speak to you later.
All right. Thanks so much.
Take care. Michael Baldwin and the Sharon Playhouse. Once again, the 22nd is the festival, free. 6:30 start, but get there early. And then once again on the 29th, 5:30 to 7:30, cocktails and cabarets, a series, American Sweethearts. And more information, SharonPlayhouse.org.